Right now, Pittsburgh's best sports show is about to begin. Call us or tweet us. We got things to talk about on the Allegheny Health Network Nightly Sports Call.
Welcome to the Allegheny Health Network Nightly Sports Call, where you make the call at 412-575-2600. And those of you who are watching, hopefully you'll call us and air your opinions. Gene Collier has just made his way into the studio. He's getting mic'd up right now, as you can hear. And we'll talk about what's happened here in a third period explosion to the point where Pekka Rinne has been yanked. The Penguins have gotten to him over and over in his career. He's a really good goaltender, and yet he's won 6-2, on the verge of being won 7-2, and that only win came as a reserve. He has not beaten them as a starter. And this looks like it's going to be another game as the Penguins have scored quickly. Jake Guentzel 10 seconds into the third, followed by Phil Kessel and then Evgeny Malkin. And boom, 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 down goes Pekka Rinne. And right now the Penguins are operating on a power play to boot. And so far tonight, that's not been their strength. They're 0 for 5 on the power play with just 2 shots on goal. See if they could try to change that tonight. Gene Collier's here. Gene, I want to ask you about just, what you've seen in this game so far. The fact that it was a really tightly played first period. I thought Nashville had a lot of jump. I thought the Penguins did. A lot of calls, a lot of non-calls, questionable officiating, and now all of a sudden an explosion, and the Penguins look primed to win. One thing I'll say about them, Gene, is they always figure out ways to win, even when they don't deserve it at times, the Penguins.
Yeah, the other thing that we kind of overlook, sometimes when we're so focused on, obviously games like the Eastern Conference Final are really, really big games, is just how well the Penguins play at home. 14-4 in the playoffs coming into this game, and they're a very good team at home. I thought Nashville had the better of the play in the second period. There's a 5th Penguin goal by Hornqvist right now.
Wow.
So it looks like the Penguins will be taking a 2-0 lead, and I'm not sure they deserve it, but there it is.
And there it is. Patrick Hornqvist, the former Predator, gets on the board. How about that? Now it's 5-1, and the Penguins have just the way they're capable of. They can explode. We saw it even in the last game. They go 37 minutes without a shot on goal, and the next thing you know, 1 is all that is required from Jake Guentzel. And boy, is that guy all of a sudden put himself in a position, Gene, of becoming a Conn Smythe winner. He is ripping up record books. That was a nice deflection, and there's no way that was going to be stopped. So Hornqvist gets his first against his ex-team, 5-1, just 5 minutes into the third period here. But let's talk about Guentzel. 12 goals now. He's 2 away from tying the all-time record set by Dino Ciccarelli for rookies in 1981. Plus, he's already set a record, most points in a playoffs by a U.S.-born rookie. Pretty good stuff. Conn Smythe?
Yeah, I mean, he's as good a candidate as anybody right now, Bob. I mean, he's been tremendous. He got the winning goal the other night, game 1. Not only a lot of goals, but big goals for the Penguins. He's a really gifted player, really.
Yeah, he is, and he's one of these guys who just gets it. He understands where things are. I thought the rebound shot on that 10 seconds in the period, that's just a goal scorer's goal, isn't it, Gene?
Oh, absolutely. I didn't see any way that was going in at all. I didn't see any opening. My seat is along the goal line there, so I had a good angle on it, and I just thought he hit it out of reflex. I didn't even know that he was trying to put that in, and then the next thing you know, it's in the net. Just a really good player, Jake Guentzel. A lot of people in the organization have known that about him for a long time, but boy, it's really worked out with him and the Penguins.
I think there's a challenge, or at least a look at the offside situation as we've seen. Well, I don't know if they're going to do it or not. They just showed the replay on that. So we'll figure it out as we go here. Peter Laviolette has to be stunned. His team had 32 shots on goal through 2 periods. Matt Murray, once again, kind of understated, in control, makes the save. He had a really good save on Philip Forsberg, which was actually set up by Ian Cole coming back and taking away a passing lane, which makes it easier on the goaltender. So it looks like that goal is going to count. 5-1. The Penguins are leading in the third period. So also today, the Pirates, Gene, how about this? The Pirates in the National League Central Division, at one point at 7 o'clock tonight, they had lost 16 games in a row collectively. I'm talking about the Central.
The Central. Okay.
Central Division. Cubs have lost 6 in a row now. They got swept by the Padres after being swept by the Dodgers. And today the Pirates, in a situation where they could have walked it off in the 9th, bases loaded, no outs. They only got 1 run, go to 14 innings and lose 6-5. They pretty much ran out of pitchers.
Yeah, they did. It is a weird, it's really a good thing for the Pirates that it is such a weird division. Milwaukee woke up today in first place at 27-25. If you listen to the Pirates broadcasts, and this comes up all the time, how the club is only 4 or 3 games out of first place, whatever it is now, but the club is not very good. I'm sorry, this was a terrible homestand, 2-4 against the Mets and the Diamondbacks. They've only had really one successful homestand. Here it is May 31st. So I don't know what they're going to do, but I wouldn't have a lot of hope for them.
Well, they just ruled off the goal. Apparently, Matt Cullen was offside. Peter Laviolette challenged it, and the ruling is no goal. So it's back to 4-1. So that would have been a power play goal in the first of the night. Wipe it out, and they go back to work with 11 seconds left on the power play. We're going to take a break here and get your calls. If you want to call, hope you're watching. If you're not, tell someone to watch. But if you're not watching, you wouldn't know that, would you? Gene, I'm boxing myself into a corner.
It's one of the mysteries of the nightly sports call. That's why people tune in.
412-575-2600. We'll be back with more right after this on Pittsburgh CW.